In the quaint, picturesque town of Pine Valley, the annual equestrian showcase was the crown jewel of the community calendar. It wasn't just an event, it was a celebration of skill, connection, and the timeless bond between humans and horses. The sprawling green fields of the Wilson estate buzzed with life. Tents adorned with colorful ribbons swayed in the breeze, mingling with the sweet aroma of hay and freshly baked pastries. Laughter echoed across the grounds as children marveled at the graceful horses parading past. But for Ava, this day held a mix of excitement and sorrow. Sitting quietly in her wheelchair near the edge of the arena, she watched the riders with a longing that only she could understand. Just 3 years earlier, Ava had been one of them, effortlessly guiding her horse through intricate dressage routines. That was before the accident, a cruel twist of fate that took her ability to walk but left her love for horses untouched. "Do you like it, sweetheart?" her grandmother, Helen, asked softly. Helen's warm smile masked her own worry as she sat beside Ava, trying to keep the mood light. "It's beautiful," Ava replied sincerely, though her voice carried the weight of her unspoken longing. "I just wish," she trailed off, glancing at the riders. Helen reached for Ava's hand, squeezing it gently. "You'll find your way, Ava. Don't let today remind you of what you've lost. Let it show you what's still possible." Before Ava could respond, a commotion rippled through the crowd. A man with a booming voice stepped into the center of the arena, holding a microphone. His cowboy hat shaded a face that brimmed with enthusiasm. "Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for something truly extraordinary," he announced. "Meet Blaze." The name alone sent a thrill through the crowd, and moments later, a majestic black stallion thundered into view. Blaze's muscular frame shimmered under the sunlight, but it was his fiery, untamed energy that captivated everyone. He tossed his head, his wild eyes scanning the crowd, daring anyone to challenge him. "This here is Blaze," the announcer continued. "He's one of the most spirited horses we've ever seen. No rider has managed to tame him yet. But today, we're opening the floor to a brave volunteer. Who's ready to earn this stallion's trust?" The arena buzzed with excitement, but no one moved. Even the most seasoned riders hesitated, their faces betraying a mix of awe and caution. Blaze stomped the ground and let out a sharp whinny, his energy almost too much for the handlers to contain. Then, to everyone's surprise, Ava's hand shot up. "I'll do it," she said, her voice steady. The crowd turned in unison. Helen's eyes widened in disbelief. "Ava, are you sure?" she whispered urgently. "That horse is wild." But Ava's gaze didn't waver. "I need to try, Grandma. I have to." The announcer spotted Ava and grinned. "We have ourselves a volunteer," he declared. The handlers exchanged uneasy glances but ultimately stepped aside as Ava wheeled herself toward the arena. The crowd parted, a hush falling over the stands. As Ava entered the sandy ring, Blaze reared back, his hooves slicing the air. But Ava didn't flinch. Instead, she extended her hand, her voice soft but confident. "Hey there, big guy," she murmured. "I'm not here to hurt you." Blaze snorted, his nostrils flaring, but something in Ava's calm demeanor seemed to catch his attention. The tension in his massive frame began to ease. Slowly, Ava wheeled closer, her eyes never leaving his. "I know what it's like to feel trapped," she continued, her tone steady. "But you don't have to be afraid." Blaze's ears twitched, and for a moment, the entire world seemed to hold its breath. Then, to the astonishment of everyone watching, the stallion lowered his head. Ava reached out, her hand brushing against his sleek coat. The crowd erupted into cheers, but Ava barely heard them. In that moment it was just her and Blaze, two spirits finding solace in each other. Helen, watching from the sidelines, wiped away a tear. Her granddaughter, who had faced so much loss, was proving that strength came from the heart, not just the body. But the day wasn't over. A sudden burst of noise, a child's laughter followed by a sharp clatter, startled Blaze. The stallion reared again, his eyes wild with fear. Handlers rushed forward, but Ava raised her voice. "Blaze, it's okay," she called, her tone firm but soothing. "I'm right here." Blaze's frantic movements slowed. His eyes locked onto Ava's, and after a tense moment, he lowered his hooves to the ground. The handlers stopped in their tracks, astonished. The announcer stepped forward, his voice shaking with emotion. "Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've just witnessed something truly remarkable," he said. "Ava hasn't just calmed this wild spirit, she's shown us all the power of trust." The applause was deafening, but Ava wasn't focused on the crowd. She gently stroked Blaze's neck, whispering, "You're safe now. I promise." Over the following weeks, Ava and Blaze became inseparable. She spent every spare moment at the stables, speaking to him in soft tones and guiding him through exercises. The once uncontrollable stallion seemed to find peace in Ava's presence, and their bond deepened with each passing day. Word of their connection spread, and soon, Ava was invited to participate in an upcoming equestrian exhibition. It was an opportunity to showcase what she and Blaze had achieved together. Helen, though nervous, supported Ava wholeheartedly. "You've already shown everyone how strong you are," Helen said one evening as they prepared for the event. "No matter what happens, you've made me so proud." On the day of the exhibition, the stands were packed. Riders, trainers, and spectators all watched with bated breath as Ava and Blaze entered the arena. The announcer's voice rang out once more. "Today, we witness the culmination of an extraordinary journey," he said. "Ava and Blaze will demonstrate the unbreakable bond between human and horse, a bond built on trust, patience, and understanding." The routine began simply, with Blaze moving in graceful circles around Ava's wheelchair. The crowd murmured in awe as the stallion responded effortlessly to her subtle commands. Then came the final challenge, a high jump. Ava took a deep breath, her voice steady as she spoke to Blaze. "You can do this, boy. I believe in you." Blaze pawed the ground, his powerful legs coiling like springs. Then, with a burst of energy, he soared over the jump, landing gracefully on the other side. The arena erupted in applause, but Ava wasn't finished. For the grand finale, she guided Blaze through a series of intricate maneuvers, showcasing their trust and harmony. The performance ended with Blaze kneeling beside Ava, his head resting gently against her shoulder. Tears streamed down Helen's face as the crowd gave a standing ovation. The announcer's voice cracked with emotion as he declared, "Ava and Blaze have shown us all that true strength comes from within." Later that evening, as the sun set over Pine Valley, Ava sat with Blaze in the quiet stables. She rested her forehead against his, her voice barely above a whisper. "We did it, buddy," she said. "And this is just the beginning." Their story didn't end there. Over time, Ava and Blaze became symbols of resilience and hope. They visited schools, therapy centers, and equestrian events, inspiring others to believe in second chances. Ava shared her journey with countless people, reminding them that life's challenges could be overcome with courage and love. "You don't have to be perfect to make a difference," she told a group of children one day. "You just have to believe in yourself, and in the ones who believe in you." As the years passed, Ava and Blaze's bond only grew stronger. Together, they showed the world that even in the face of adversity, trust and determination could lead to extraordinary triumphs. Their story became a legacy, touching lives and proving that hope could be found in the most unexpected places. And for Ava, Blaze wasn't just a horse, he was a partner, a friend, and a reminder that strength came from the heart.